Hi guys, Ovilee May with Yahoo Esports, and we are here at the League of Legends College Championship. Today is the semifinal games. I'm here with Michael Sherman. I know you as just the overall college guy for League of Legends, but do you have like your official title?
Technically, I'm the associate manager for college esports, but I oversee all college esports opportunities at Riot.
And how long have you been doing this for?
I started in the community doing college esports in 2011 when I played in my first tournament. And then I worked for a community organization starting in 2012. And then in 2014, I joined Riot to work on college esports full time.
And that was back when it was the NACC, the college. What was the
North American Collegiate Championship, our first official college championship.
And do you remember how many teams you had competing back then? That was like, it was still pretty small.
It was the first year we had 540 schools competing across all the different events, and then the second year we had 1,600 different teams competing.
So you've had 1,600 teams back then, and then jumping fast forwarding today, now you have hundreds of teams from each region. You got people in the Big Ten. And now you have all of these amazing schools supporting the League of Legends college scene. Like, what's running through your head when you see all of this amazing support?
I think it's kind of mind-blowing how much it's grown from there. I think when Robert Morris University first announced that they were launching a scholarship program, we had no idea that there would ever be a second. I think everyone was like, oh, I really hope this catches on. I really want to see more of this. But at the time, we were all a little skeptical of what was going to happen next. And since then, we'll hear from schools on a monthly basis of, hey, we're going to be looking into launching a varsity program. And just kind of that whole change is pretty, it still takes some time to getting used to. And it's still just, the difference between when we first heard of the first school and now at 25 is kind of crazy.
So what do you think of the college's overall support for their teams? Do you think that a lot of it is kind of surface level, or do you think that besides UC Irvine, there are some schools who are actually putting forward the same effort that they would for their normal athletic teams?
I think a lot of the varsity programs that are out there right now are really putting their best foot forward. A lot of schools, if they decide they're going to make this commitment, want to do well, like they're in this to win it, as well as build a program for their university. And that comes in varying forms. Sometimes it means just hiring a coach and having someone on full time that is kind of overseeing the team. RMU has a great arena that they've built for all of their teams to practice in. And I think like Utah, as an example, is already starting to think about how do we build regular viewing parties so that people can come watch our team play. So I think every school is still kind of attacking it in a different manner and figuring out what's the best way to support their team. And in every case, we're trying to figure out how to best support them to support the students at their school.
Love it. So do you see, right now we've just brought in Big Ten and they've started participating in the college championship. Do we see uLoL trying to reach out to even more conferences in the future?
Yeah, I think definitely. We want there to be as many varsity programs as possible, and one of the great avenues for doing that and getting more school support is going through the conferences. So we worked with the BTN this year, where we're always looking to partner with more conferences and kind of bring them into the championship and figure out more ways to help grow the number of scholarship opportunities out there.
I love it. And do you think that would also jump in with school support?
Definitely. I think that's, at the end of our day, our biggest goal is to make League of Legends a global sport that lasts for generations. And I think, thinking about how do you build something that lasts for that long, you really have to figure out how to get it into a place where it's going to have some stability and a future. And really that is part of the administration, making it cemented as part of the school. And so I think our biggest goal right now is to figure out how to get more schools to officially support their program.
Love it. I want to see all that outstanding school support. We have like RMU has all the jerseys. I think Maryville, their school news team is out here doing some interviews. So we have all of these dozens of students here. Some are freshmen, some are seniors just graduating. Have you met any players that have just like stood out to you and made you think maybe like, wow, this is the reason why I'm doing this?
I think definitely over the last couple of years, I've had an opportunity to meet a variety of really cool players, whether they're college organizers or students playing in the tournaments. As an example, DJJ, who I've known since he was a freshman from UBC. Seeing him not only win the last 2 years and then this year take on a coach role, and the way that he's helped take his knowledge and his skills and help bring that to the rest of the team are kind of the reasons that I want to help to see this grow. Is I know when I was in college, like I had that experience. I know what it was like to be a league player in college, as so do you. And knowing what that community can mean for you and seeing how we can help like build that and build more of that is a really exciting part of my job.
What do you think of the college players who get picked up for league teams or professional league teams? Like we had Young Bin, we had Shady.
I definitely think that it's happening in like edge cases, very rare scenarios. The way we think about college is we want to build the best college program we possibly can. And that could mean that some players go from college to the pros. But for the most part, we build all of our decisions with just what does it take to have the best college league in mind. And so, in the instances where we do see those transitions, we're really excited. But for the most part, we figure out how do we continue to grow the college level.
Do you think, and this is kind of like a weird one, do you think that it hurts the college scene in a way? Because, I mean, we saw UC Irvine, big league program coming out with the scholarships, and then boom, they lose their mid laner. They have to put in a substitute. So how do you see that affecting the college scene?
I think that it's honest, admittedly, a weakness. I think it's something that as we've continued to grow and as we've seen schools continue to get better and better, it's something that we're constantly thinking about. How do we shore up better policies for those kinds of movements? Because I think, UCI was a great example where they had a player who got picked up right in the middle of their season. But I think that, unfortunate for UCI, but helps show like a weakness in an area of growth for us going forward, that we're constantly kind of like looking for.
Cool. And do you have any advice to maybe players out there who don't have a league organization on campus or want to get involved with uLoL but don't know how?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I would definitely kind of go out there, figure out where other league players are. I know when I was in college, we went to our school subreddit. We made posts all the time just looking for other league players. I think, there's definitely league players on your campus, and, it's just a matter of finding them. So kind of like put posters out there, go find other league players through other community groups where you might find other gamers. Go to the computer labs. It's not uncommon to just walk into a computer lab and see people playing League. There's so many ways to kind of get involved, meet new people playing League. And most importantly, if there is a club at your school and you just don't know where they are, go to ulol.leagueoflegends.com and you can find our club finder.
Perfect. I became a uLoL chapter last year with my school. Is there anything that you'd like to say to any college students watching, any school administrations?
Well, if you're a college student watching, definitely take the moment to go find your club. Again, I'll speak for myself, but I think Ovilee will agree. The experiences that we've both had in our college communities have been really just impactful for our lives. My life, for sure. And then if you're a school administrator, I think, the important thing to know is that this is a really passionate group of students on your campus. They're largely STEM students. They're not necessarily into a lot of what's currently being offered through your university. And this is a great way to kind of help get them more involved in the school.
Sherman, thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of college students are going to feel much more educated about the college scene. And for everyone else, you could check out more of our coverage at Yahoo Esports.